Calling to order the meeting of the Sedro Woolley Rotary Club, the best Rotary Club in the, thank you. I picked up a little reading ditty from Sports Illustrated this week about the man I love to hate. It's Tom Brady's kind of philosophy, according to somebody else. Make people feel valued. Really listening to someone when meeting them for the first time. Thrive on excellence for yourself and those around you. Want the people around you to be the best they can be. And be a person of joy. Pain is inevitable. Misery is optional. Run to the joy. Today's invocation is by Teak.
Specifically with Rick, and we ask your help with the families of our deceased members recently. Thank you for our service projects and help us with both local projects and international projects. Amen.
And just with that in mind, I sent out an email last night about Rick Teserick. And this morning I received a text back from Sherry who says, "Thank you for letting Rick's fellow Rotarians know about his heart attack and to pray for him. He's fighting for his life. Please pray that his blood pressure can begin to go up enough to support his heart so that his doctors can begin to get him off life support. His heart has been shocked by the last massive heart attack. It is so difficult not being able to be with him. I love and need him so much, Sherry." So that's the last word I have, so please pray for Rick. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The four-way test: is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? Today, David will honor us with a song.
Hello, everyone. Let's sing "My Country 'Tis of Thee." My country 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the Pilgrim's bride, from every mountainside, let freedom ring.
Thank you, David. Do we have any visiting Rotarians? Okay. Do we have any guests of Rotarians other than the students of the month? You want to introduce our speaker's husband, Paula?
This is Tom Shields. Tom has grown up right here in this valley, and he is, what year did you graduate?
78.
78. So some of you may know him.
Okay, thank you.
And he is the president of the Glacier Cruisers. So
Thank you. Welcome, Tom. Any other guests of Rotarians here? Okay. With that, I'm going to call on Ms. Carlton to introduce our students of the month.
Good afternoon, and again, I'm just going to say this because I mean it with every sense of my being. This is my absolute favorite moment of the month, to be able to celebrate our honorees as our seniors, and these students represent the best of the best at Sedro Woolley High School. And so I'm so proud to stand here in front of you introducing Cora and Peter with me here this morning. So I'd like to start with Cora. Cora Pierce is the daughter of Doug and Ronnie Pierce of Sedro Woolley. Cora maintains a 3.8 GPA while being actively involved at our high school. She has been on the girls golf team all 4 years. She's involved in our sports medicine program for the past 3 years. She's also been working alongside our sports medical coach, athletic trainer, and she is, if you see her, if you go attend any Sedro Woolley High School athletic event, Cora was right beside our athletic trainer, supporting our athletes on the field and in the gym. She's also a member of our Nationals Honor Society. She is the president of our FCCLA organization, and she has also been an officer for FCCLA all 4 years. Outside of school, Cora enjoys spending her days on the golf course, playing board games with family and friends, going on fun family vacations. Cora has previously worked at Country Meadows Village. Where's David Fricka? Yes, I know you were excited to have her here today. In the nursing home, in the kitchen, serving residents with their daily meals. She also holds many babysitting jobs around town for families that she knows. At this time, I'm going to have Cora present who's with her here today and also her dreams past high school.
Hi, I'm here today with my dad, Doug Pierce, and I plan on attending Eastern Washington University and studying sports med or nursing.
Cora, I also want to introduce Doug Pierce has been a math teacher with Sedro Woolley High School for how many years? 18. And so we are so blessed to have Doug and Cora with us here today. And congratulations, Cora. I am equally honored to also introduce Peter, who's with us here today. Peter Pusateri is the son of Melvin and Rowena Pusateri of Mount Vernon. Peter maintains a 4.0 GPA while being actively involved at our high school. He's been on the boys swim team for 3 years. He's on the varsity swim team, and I know this as a side fact, he has earned the times to be part of the YMCA National Championship meet, which will happen in, is it February or March? March. So outside of school in the swimming, he's also excelling in the YMCA world of swimming. He has also been on our honor roll. He takes a lot of pride in his academics and his swimming career, his pride, joy, and he is extremely talented in the water. Outside of school, swimming has always been Peter's main passion. Besides being a student and a swimmer, he puts his time into baking and cooking for fun. I didn't know that. You bake and cook? Fabulous. I expect cookies tomorrow. Peter currently volunteers at the YMCA coaching swimmers, and he also volunteers at his church. He loves helping others, no matter what the case may be. He is very kind and compassionate, and it shows every single day at our high school. So at this time, I'm going to have Peter present who's with him here and also his dreams after high school.
Hello, my name is Peter. I'm here with my parents, Melvin and Rowena Pusateri, and my dream is to go to University of San Diego to later study biomedical engineering.
And did you introduce your mom and dad? Yes, okay, all right, good. All right, thank you so much for this wonderful time. I appreciate it. Congratulations, Cora and Peter.
Congratulations. Little club business. Last night, Phil Brockman and I appeared in front of the Sedro Woolley City Council, and they generously donated $10,000 to the sound system, which gives us enough money to, excuse me, to complete the project in here. And I think it may be up and running in the next couple of months. Is that fair to say? Yes, okay. Somebody say. The Skagit Rotary, which was going to be having a live auction, have moved to a hybrid online auction. And you can sign up right now. Just go to SkagitRotary.org and it'll direct you there. They do lots of good things in the community, and they always support our auction. So let's support theirs. And they've got a lot of good items on there that you may be interested in. Do we have any excuse me, any other announcements out there?
Now that it's after the holidays, I am going to start putting together the summer concert series finally again. We've got the dates booked. I'm not sure if there's any funds available through the city, so it's all going to be sponsorships. So if anybody is interested in sponsoring and help paying for the concert, whatever we're able to come up with will determine how many weeks we're able to put into it. So it usually costs about $2,500 per Sunday that we do it. So if anybody's interested in sponsoring and helping bring the concerts back this summer, please let me know.
Thanks. With that, we can spin the wheel.
All right, first number, we got 25. Helm's Vineyard Wine and Cheese Plate. Next number is number 2.
Lucky Cable back there.
Oliver Hammer. It's a cool surprise. All right. Last but not least, we've got number 42, the answer to everything. All right, Louis.
Come on, Louis.
Winner's table pays $2 each. What's that one?
Well, that's a good lead in to Pola, who will be our Sergeant of Arms. So open your wallets, ladies and gentlemen.
Should we do Happy Bucks first?
No. Well, I don't, you're in charge.
All right, let's do Happy Bucks and then I'll come back to the questions here in my pocket.
I have a happy 5. So last month I wasn't here and I was disappointed, but I was very happy to hear that Jamie Bartok, my neighbor, was one of the students of the month for December. She wrote up a nice little card here thanking Rotary, and that's why I'm going to pass it around so everybody can look at it.
Thanks, Chad. Hey, Phil.
I have a happy 20 for Cora and Peter, and for our city council and mayor for chipping in the $10,000 for the new sound system. Thank you.
See more hands.
I got $5. It's for Tina. She's my first cousin, I think, or cousin, or anyhow, her mother was my first cousin, I think. But if it wasn't for her dad and my uncle, I probably would have never bought a snowmobile, and I've had 11 of them since then. So we're going to talk something about that, but she's a great person and she lucked out. Tom's not too bad either.
All right, I've got a happy $5, and I bring greetings to the Sedro Woolley Rotary Club from the team at Country Meadow Village. Everyone is so excited for Cora and all your accomplishments at Sedro Woolley High School, and I've texted pictures back to them already today, and we're just so proud of all you've done. We've got a great team of young men and women at Country Meadow Village that start out at Sedro Woolley High School, Burlington High School. So congratulations to you and to your parents and to Peter as well.
I met over the weekend with my son, who, as you know, Jeff has moved on to a different career. And he convinced me that it's time for me to hang it up too. So I'm retiring it officially at the end of the month. And I'm giving $20 only because that's all I have in my wallet, but I'll probably give more at a later time.
I got a happy 5. I spent the last week in Arizona house hunting for my mother, who's hoping to become a snowbird and to live with me in the summers. And we did make a couple of offers, and just a shout out to Becky. Thank you for the contact down there. She was absolutely wonderful.
I'm putting in $5 here too. I am excited because I'm going down on Monday with my daughter, 2 granddaughters and 2 great-granddaughters to see the Van Gogh experience. So
Eric and I've been down to see that. It's fabulous. You'll enjoy it. Yeah. So I'm putting in a happy 20 for a couple of reasons. First off, chivalry is not dead. Thank you very much for the chair. I wouldn't have mind standing through the meeting, but I sure appreciate sitting. So thank you. And secondly, you know, we did have quite an anomaly with the snow. I think it was probably more snow than we've seen in a couple decades. And I want to extend a huge thanks, not just to the different departments within Sedro Woolley that did the clearing, answered the emergency calls, but especially to Nathan Salsina's team who cleared that snow away. Nathan personally worked all day and then was called back at 11 o'clock, worked the plow until, or worked the grader until I think it was 3 in the morning when 2 other crew members came on. And they did all of this with a shortened staff because of COVID. So an extraordinary team, very dedicated. They love the city and they really appreciate the opportunity to serve the city. So if you have a chance to see them, thank them. But I want to extend this thanks to them as well. And I'm very glad that we can join you again, once again, the Rotary contributing, the city contributing to the sound system. So thank you on another project.
Paula? I've got 20 happy bucks, 10 for the city's generous donation to the sound system, which will make a great difference. And the second is, as many of you saw, I got in a fight with a ladder just before Christmas and been going on and ended up in a walking boot and went to the orthopedic surgeon today who said, you don't need surgery. You don't need a walking boot. You can just continue on with what you're doing. So I consider that I won the battle with the ladder.
Hi, I have a happy 30 for Cora and Peter. Congratulations again. I also want to really celebrate our police department. When we were about to enter holiday break, we asked for some support and we had officers with us all day. And your presence and your positive energy and the relationships you create not only with our staff, but our students is just phenomenal. So thank you. I appreciate that. And then also what a joy it was to walk in and see Tina Shields. We also got the news that Tina is retiring from Sedro Woolley High School after how many years? 26 years. And so she has been the heart of our school, helping us stay organized as a registrar. And so I get to publicly thank you even here in this space because you're here with us. So thank you, Tina.
Thank you.
Okay, it is time for the Sergeant of Arms to come at you now. We have a holiday coming up on Monday. I hope you all know which one it is. Because, yeah, because that's what questions are going to be about. So, when was Martin Luther King born? I'm not going to ask for the month and day, just the year. Bill guessed right, 1929. Okay. In 1955, in Montgomery, what did Martin Luther King do? Is that going to be your response? It was a bus boycott. Bus boycott. So put out $2. Okay, and over here. King also helped organize 1963, some nonviolent protests in what city? Those are both wrong, so I'll let you have a third try at it. No, it was Birmingham, Alabama. Okay. In 1963, during the March on Washington, what did King deliver? Yes, you got it. Okay. And over here, do you know when Martin Luther King received the Nobel Peace Prize? '64 is good enough. Good enough. Okay, I'm coming up here. Let's see. When was Martin Luther King assassinated? The year would be fine. Yep. You don't have to get that month and day. Nope. Yes, happened just before Robert Kennedy was assassinated. Okay, and so just as a last resort over here, where was he assassinated? Memphis is correct. Good job. Okay, that's all I have.
Okay, it's time for early leavers, if there are any. This is going to be a very informative program, and I'm going to call on Paula to introduce the speaker.
I would like to introduce our speaker. She's kind of special to me. She was born when I was 12 years old. She's my oldest niece, and I love her to death. And so Tina, come on up. Tina and Tom have recently bought into the Eagle Haven Winery, so that's going to be one of their new ventures. But right now, Tina is going to tell us about the Northwest Glacier Cruisers.
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Thank you for the kind words. And thank you, cousin. I am here. Oh, where's my clicker? So I'm here today to talk about, oh, we went forward. We're too far forward. There we go. Oh, there we go. Okay. So here is the first slide. We are Northwest Glacier Cruisers. We're established in January 18th of 1972. Our founding fathers were Bud Jones, Jack Davis, Howard Johnson, Walt, and Stan Janicki, Herb Nelson, Richard Pittman, and Bill Knudsen. I am Tina Shields. I am the secretary, raffle queen, or event organizer, webmaster, Facebook, you name it, I do it. And I am the daughter of Richard Pittman and the niece of Walt and Stan. Our mission statement is to promote the sport of snowmobiling through good fellowship and sportsmanship, community service, education of our youth, and cooperation with our local authorities to maintain our riding areas. This was created probably in 1999 when we kind of got started in it. And so we have been following this mission for as long as Tom and I have been involved in the club. We do an annual Christmas party, and the focus of our annual Christmas party raffle, which we have all of our local snowmobile dealers, local businesses, they all donate raffle prizes for us. And we have a big party. And then once the raffle's done, we donate to Helping Hands Food Bank every year. This year we donated $1,000. We had 68 adults and 30 children at our party this year. Santa comes and it's every kid gets a gift. So it's much like it used to be back in the day. Usually around this time of year, in fact, last weekend, we were supposed to go across Highway 20. And if you've ever been across Highway 20, you know that it's beautiful in the summertime, but it's incredible in the wintertime. Unfortunately, we had to cancel our ride due to an avalanche in New Halem. So they closed the gate in New Halem, and we can't ride 20 or 16 miles of plowed road to the closure gate. So we decided we were going to try something different, and we thought we'd go to Finney Creek. We had 40 rigs that showed up to go to Finney Creek, and we drove all the way up there, and there was a roadblock. So we had to turn everybody around, and we went to Baker and just had a really great day at the warming hut. But yeah, so this was 2 years ago. This Highway 20 ride. And typically we have about 70 people come from our side, and then about 20 people come from the Methil Valley side. We're good friends with that club over there, so we kind of make it a joint ride every year, which is really fun. Last year we had to fight for some access there. 4 days before our ride, we got a message from Okanagan U.S. Forest Service that they were closing some of the areas up on Highway 20 to snowmobiles. This created a kind of a storm with our community because they were closing it so that we couldn't go there, but skiers could. And in that case, you know, that creates a battle for us. Our generations have fought for access for snowmobiles for 50 years. And so we had to get the club involved. We got WASA involved. We got the Sierra Snowmobile Foundation involved. And through all of the calls and all the emails and everything else, they rescinded that closure and opened it back up. So this is one of the few things that we've had to fight for access in the last couple of years. And that pretty much happens behind the scenes and within the club. But we are very large as a community and we're very boisterous. And we made that happen and we created victory there. So Youth Snowmobile Day. So this is the funnest day that we have. This day is all about our kids. They come, they ride their snowmobiles to the warming hut, these little 3-year-olds on 120s. And there they receive their first introduction to avalanche safety. Northwest Avalanche Center is on hand to do a little basics, for avalanche safety. And this is the first time that they get to see this. And we've been doing this for 6 years now. And now we're seeing our older kids take off with the instructor after the kids get theirs, and they do their own beacon training. They do their own companion rescues. And so we're talking about kids between the ages of 7 and 12 that are actually going out and finding beacons and learning how to find people in the snow when there's been an avalanche. This has really changed our community, and I think it makes all of the families safer by having the kids learn this important information. Because now we have kids that are 7 years old that won't get on their snowmobile without their avalanche beacon. And that's really important. So this is a big proud moment for us. This year, our Youth Snowmobile Day is going to have Evening Magazine with us. Jose is coming to ride a snowmobile and spend the day with us. So I'm super excited about that. And we had a little kid's snowmobile donated. So we're going to have a free raffle for a snowmobile this year while Jose is there. So we're super excited about that. The Mount Baker Ladies Ride. So last year was our 5th year of having this event. It started out as, just a thought with Cassie and I, and it was like, hey, yeah, maybe we should do a ladies ride. And so we ended up getting hooked up with Lynn Murphy, who is a PSC employee. We were able to get the Baker Lake Lodge for 3 years. And that worked out great because we could have 36 women come and spend the weekend with us. And we would ride and we would do a raffle, and then COVID hit and we weren't able to rent the lodge anymore. So we've kind of been traveling all over trying to find a place where we can all be together. Last year we stayed at Ovenel's, which was amazing. We rented 6 of their 7 cabins and we spent the weekend there, and they were really good to us. And we raised $2,000 for Youth Dynamics last year. We've raised a little bit every year. Last year was one of our biggest with only 25 girls. So this is our group shots, the progression. The one on the end over here is the last year that we did it. It's not just about fun and games. The girls get out there and they really ride. The far picture over there, that girl had never been with us before. This is her first year riding. She did this crazy jump and then she went over the handlebars. But it's all good and all fun, right? So Luke Rohde was killed in an avalanche at Park Butte on March 10th of 2016. He was a club member, a community member, and a very good friend of ours. He was sponsored by Arctic FX Graphics. They came up with a wrap for him that all the proceeds to this wrap went to the family. And the family entrusted us to create something in Luke's name. So we came up with the idea of doing a raffle. And so what we do is we sell the raffle tickets, we raffle off the wrap, and then we raffle out avalanche scholarships. We have given away 23 scholarships in 4 years. Each one is for a 3-day avalanche training, which is valued at $500. Little by little, we're changing the community by making it safer. Everybody that we can get to do an avalanche training makes our community just a little bit safer. So we have 3 more wraps. So we have 3 more years of doing this for Luke's family. And it's been a great experience. Some things about avalanche safety is, avalanche deaths are the leading cause of snowmobile deaths. You get caught in an avalanche, you can be killed by terrain, you can run into a tree, you can hit a rock. Luke was carried 1,000 feet down into a tree well where he hit a tree and broke his neck. His whole group was with him, and it was very traumatic. But we learn in these avalanche safety classes that terrain choice and group decisions are what can keep you alive or what can kill you. So we encourage everybody to be sure and get trained and learn about avalanche safety. So probably, the 3rd week in March, you guys start seeing lots of snowmobiles coming through town. This is our big event. The top picture in the top of the right there was last year's camping event. We counted 230 rigs in the parking lot, and we camped all weekend. Last year, one of our groups said, "Hey, let's do an inner tube thing down Sulphur." And so they brought this jumbo dog, and that was hilarious to watch. You never know what you're going to see at shootout, honestly. But we cook 300 hamburgers and hot dogs, and we do a big raffle. And this is when we do our annual raffle, and we do the Luke Scholarship at this time too. So this is great fun, and it's really the last event of our year. We have lots of special projects that we work on. In 2017, we applied for a PSC grant to buy 4 "Are You Beeping" signs. You'll see these signs up in the snow parks, usually about now. We haven't gotten them up there yet, but there are 2 up north in Canyon Creek area and Glacier Creek. And then we have one at Anderson and one at Baker NRA. These signs are meant to alert you if your beacon is not working. You can drive past it. You don't have to stop. It has a 10-foot range. So when you drive past that with your snowmobile and that doesn't turn green, you don't have your avalanche beacon on. And so you either need to turn it on or you need to go back to the truck and get it. Unfortunately, not everybody uses them the way we'd like, but to us, it's another possible safety line for us in our community. In 2016, we signed a letter of intent for the University of Washington and NASA. We were excited. We, basically just said, yeah, we'll do whatever you guys want, not having any idea what they were going to have us do. So on, on May 4th, 2019, everything came aligned. We met them at the snow line and they made us haul all this stuff up there. And we had no idea what they were really wanting us to do. We just knew that they were doing it for NASA, and we thought that was pretty cool. So, so we went up, they had all this gear, and they put it all in that little tent over in the far side there. Inside that tent was a sterile environment. What they were having us haul was a probe that had to be sterilized once we got it up there. They sterilized it. They had that sterile environment inside that tent. And what they did was they used it to drill into the glacier with plans to use it on the planet Europa. And our little snowmobile club was involved with helping make that happen. So we were super proud of it. They ended up donating some stuff to the club, and we ended up it was great. We had fun with it. We loved it, and they loved us. And so that's our group shot of the team that hauled the probe and everything up. So that was pretty cool. One of our other projects is Skagit County Children's Museum. Every year we do a little booth at the museum for the Winter Wonderland event. It's fun. It promotes our sport, and it's fun to watch the kids come and sit on all the little snowmobiles. And so we have a great time with that. The other special project is something that we do in May and June. We help with the Mount Baker Ultra Marathon. So the Ultra Marathon is a crazy race. It's a run race from the town of Concrete, and they run all the way to the top of Sherman Peak at 10,100 feet. In order for that to happen, they need 1.9 miles of rope. Well, how do you think a bunch of non-motorized people are going to get 1.9 miles of rope up to 7,000 feet? That's us. We hauled all those wheels of rope up to 7,000 feet. And from there, they take it and they string it all the way to the top of Sherman Peak. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to help them get it out the last 2 years because the snow's been gone before we can do that. But we also tend to go for search and rescue purposes. We're there for helping them in case something happens on the way. That's a long ways, and that's a lot of terrain to cover on your feet. So we're there to help them no matter how we can. And they're very appreciative that we help them haul all that rope. The other part, as I mentioned, we're part of search and rescue. We are the snowmobile unit for search and rescue. These are a few of the things that we've had happen. The helicopter landed at our shootout, and we had a broken tibia and fibia. Luckily, we had this great RCD that helped us get the rider from up above down to the helicopter. And as you can see, the helicopter is sunk all the way down into the snow when he landed. There was 300 people there. We all watched it happen. The other pictures are from a rescue that we did on Lyman Hill. A woman was trapped in her car, and we had that really bad snowstorm. I think this was last year or year before last. So she'd been there for 2 days, and as you can see, the car was completely covered. All we had was GPS to go by what her last phone check-in was. And as you know, up on Lyman Hill, there's a lot of spur roads. We went up and down spur roads trying to find this girl, and she was covered in that car right there. We know that she probably would not have survived another night in that cold weather. She had no gas. She had nothing, no survival gear at all. So we were glad to find her. We gave her a ride out on the snowmobile, and she was pretty happy to see us. Some of the other projects that we do, so we help go up and help at the Welcome Home Vets picnic that Andy Mitchell does every year. That middle picture is Skagit Valley Polaris. They auctioned off a picture for Luke scholarships, and we earned $1,500. The other two top pictures are our avalanche training and our older kids going off to do their own little companion rescue. A couple of years ago, we got a grant from Washington State Snowmobile Association, and we put a gate up at Anderson Watson because they put big tank traps in the road, and we had to go back there and maintain our hut. And so we asked them if we could put a gate. So we have a gate up there we're responsible for. The middle picture is we donated a ride with Mike to Skagitonians for farmland, and we all went up there, and Mike drove the side-by-side and provided the snowmobiles for the other people to ride. But that was a fun ride. One of my special projects is I like to do ladies only meet and greets. So at our annual snow show, I do a ladies only meet and greet where all the ladies that like to ride come and meet each other, and we just do a little presentation. We also donated $1,000 to help Pat's playground. And we wanted to see that happen for Pat, and so the club wanted to donate, so we did that too. The Mount Vernon Christmas Parade, we've been in that for the last 4 years. We got first place again for the 3rd time this year. Starting to feel bad that we're like getting first place every year. But we have, we had 8 trucks with us this year with kids and snowmobiles, and we have the Yeti comes, he's kind of our mascot, and we have snow blowers. Oh. Snow machines that blow snow all over the parade route as we're going down. I think that's what gets us first place. We've tried to do the Sedro Woolley Christmas Parade, but it always seems to land on our Christmas party night. So we moved it this year. We're not going to be the first weekend. So anyway, that's a lot of fun and family stuff that we do. These are our kids. Look at them. So we have tried really hard to get our kids and our families involved. They're our future, and without them involved, we have no future. So we've been sending little Northwest Glacier Cruiser onesies to our club members that have babies, and it's really gotten our families involved. So this picture here. That's our kids. They've created their own little group. And so they're riding around at play day and at youth snowmobile day. And all of a sudden there's no kids anywhere. Like, where are the kids? And so we walked out into the gravel pit and we could see them all the way down at the other end of the gravel pit. And they were all hunkered around that little sled and it was stuck. And I could hear them say, okay, you guys, you ready? 1, 2, 3. And that little group lifted that snowmobile up, got it unstuck, and then they just rode like nothing ever happened, And so having our families get involved has really like gone full circle. The kids are their own riding group. They come to meetings, they come to Christmas parties, they come to events. They know each other, they love each other, they take care of each other. And so that's really been an awesome thing that I've seen the last few years. The views that we see are incredible. This is our warming hut at Anderson Watson. It's Kensington Place. It's an old work shack that we fixed and put together. The end one in picture, well, the one next to it is steam coming out of Mount Baker. While we're up there, we can smell sulfur sometimes. It steams so much. It is a volcano. So we're lucky to see some really incredible things happen up there. That end right is Highway 20. The whole 5 miles, 10 miles up there, that's all you see are ice walls. The below hut there, that's Plug's place. So a lot of you are familiar with the Plug family. Doug Plug donated all of the materials and the trailer to build Plug's place. And it is housed at the Comacultion Dam at the Mount Baker NRA. And the end picture over there is the Deming Glacier. So this year we built a new warming hut. It's the new Baker Memorial Hut. And it was completely put together by one of our members. E&E Lumber donated all of the supplies for it. And our member, who is a builder from Stack Design, he sent his crew over, and in 2 days they built it. Then our other club members did the inside. That sign, the Northwest Glacier Cruiser sign, hung in Jack's chainsaw for 30 years. And that is our first original logo from 50 years ago. So we're super, super excited to have that up at Shriver's Meadows this year. The other thing is, part of our mission is to help maintain our areas and work with local officials. So about 3 times a year, we have a volunteer work party. They come up, they fill potholes, we clean trees out of the road. You know, as with everything else, it's a family affair. The Janicki Company has multiple times helped us with equipment and plowing and actually went up and graded the road for us a few times, which we can't even begin to say how much we appreciate that. Because you know, this is all volunteer. You know, the Forest Service doesn't have money to pay for stuff. So we volunteer to do all this, and all these people that bring equipment, it's all by volunteer. So this is our 50-year anniversary. We're thankful for the paths that were made for us through the generations of families that have been involved with our snowmobile club. And we are here to say that, you know, we're going to keep it going as long as we can. And when we're not here, we've got a bunch of youngins ready to come in. So that's the end of my presentation. Thank you for listening. Do you guys have questions? Awesome.
Thank you, Tina. It was a very interesting and informative presentation, and looked cold most of the time, but anyway, thank you. With that, I think it's time to close. Anyone that, oh, Tim? Where is the meeting at? Is it just on? Okay.
Just the same Zoom link as the meetings.
Okay, regular Zoom link for the meetings. It's at 5:30. It's at the Sedro Woolley Library. Please attend. And if you can help clean up and pick up, that would be greatly appreciated. With that, see you next week.